All right, Bahamas, I'm back. Y'all missed me last week. So let me see you. Last week, it wasn't my fault that I didn't appear at my regularly scheduled time. It was ZNest's fault. I'm blaming it all on ZNest. So they bumped me from my time. And I feel like y'all deserve to know that because y'all probably were waiting there. And then, lo and behold, I was in there. But no need to worry. No need to fear. ZNest can't get rid of me that easy. They can't get rid of me that easy, Bahamas. In fact, it's a funny story. Let me see who had a conversation with me and ZNest. So, I get a call from ZNest. And I get a call from ZNest. It was a Friday. I think either a Thursday or a Friday. A call from ZNest to say, hey, we have to bump you from your 10 a.m. slot because it's this radio station that are doing their, 100-year celebration. I don't know what they were doing. But they have a live service at 10 a.m. So we have to bump you. And so, of course, you know what I said to ZNest? I say, no, you can't bump me. You bump somebody else. Bump the prime minister. Don't bump me. I pay you all every single week. So I don't get bumped. So how you going to call and tell me you can bump me? So then they say, well, Mr. Spence. So it's real uppity. They say, well, Mr. Spence, these things happen. And I say, actually, these things don't happen because I have a contract. See, that's the reason why I have contracts. So I got real uppity like that. I said, listen. The reason why you have contracts is so these things don't happen. I can't come on this TV every week without paying you all your money. And I do that just to make sure y'all don't bump me. Anyway, so they bump me anyway. See, I coughing. Whenever you're doing something bad or saying something evil, you start coughing. So anyway, yeah, so they bumped me anyway, and that's how that one going. And you know, you can't say that to them. Really, what can I say? What can I say to ZNest? See, sometimes they flex their muscle. So I said the only thing I could say to them, I say, you know what? Fine. Bump me from my slot. But here's what I need you to do. Before y'all play that live church service, at the beginning of the program, don't forget, this is not the written express, something is that. Whatever they play the front of my program, I say, make sure y'all play that. As long as y'all play that, then y'all can bump me. So I don't know if they played it or not, because I didn't watch. But anyway, let's go to work. All right. A little sick, but don't worry about that. Can't keep me back. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's get focused. Back to the 10 commandments. We're on commandment number 10. Thou shalt not be jealous. And God saved the worst for last. So forgive my voice, a little sick, but I ain't gonna stop this one. So God saved the worst for last. Thou should not be jealous. Now, remember now, God didn't say thou should not be angry or thou should not fear. Thou should not fear. All throughout the Bible, you hear thou should not fear. But that didn't even make it into the 10 commandments. But thou should not be jealous. So listen to this. And I got to warm you up first, and I got a story for you guys. But listen to this now. This is Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 4. Anger is cruel, and wrath is like a flood. But jealousy is even more dangerous. So imagine that. God is saying, as bad as it is to be wrathful or angry, jealousy is worse than that. So the question is why? Why did jealousy make it into the 10 commandments and thou should not fear didn't make it into the 10 commandments? That's how serious this one is. Let's go to work. So we start in the beginning. We go into Genesis, and I can break this one down for you guys so that we can understand exactly why jealousy is one of the worst commandments and God saved the worst for last. So listen to this, and I get a story for you. So we're in Genesis chapter 3. We start in verse 10. We only got 3 verses. And Adam said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And God replied, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest eat? And the man said, the woman that thou gavest me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. Now, what's the important thing here? Because I got to bring this one full circle and help you to understand jealousy and why jealousy is one of the worst commandments. God saved the worst for last. So this one going full circle. But listen to the question that God asked Adam. What did God ask Adam? He didn't ask him if he ate from the tree. That was the second question. Because these two separate questions. He said, who told you that you were naked? And that's the important part of this. He didn't ask him if he ate from the tree first, because it's two separate things. Remember now, nobody could have told Adam that he was naked. Remember now, if Adam's eyes were open, all the animals were naked. Eve was naked. Adam was naked. So why would he hide himself and feel ashamed to be naked? So God asked a specific question. Who told you you were naked? Look at the scripture. Let me break this one down for you. He said, and God replied, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree that I commanded you not to eat of? So the second question was, did you eat of the tree? But that wasn't the question God wanted answered. See, God wanted his first question answered. It's important why I'm sticking on this one. He said, who told you you were naked? Let's continue on. Look at verse 10. I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. Who told Adam to hide himself? Come on, Bahamas, we're going to work today. Someone had to tell Adam to hide himself. Why would he hide himself from God? And let's continue on. And the man said, the woman that thou givest me. That woman name is Eve. Who told Adam to call her the woman? Come on, you know how we go. That crazy woman got me in court. My crazy ex-wife, she no longer has a name. Who told Adam to call her the woman? Who told Adam to blame God? Look at how this one went. God said, who told you that you were naked? Not if you ate the fruit. God wanted to know who was talking to Adam. God wanted to know who told you to hide yourself. God wanted to know who told you, Adam, to blame me and say the woman that you gave me. That's why I said, see, this one go deep. So what am I trying to tell you? What I'm trying to tell you is this. Somebody was talking to Adam. I'll give you an example. Let me bring this one home. I got to bring this one home when you wrap this one up. Watch this now. Michael Jordan is a billionaire. Nor Tiger Woods, hundreds of millions of dollars, own large parts of Albany. Are you jealous of Tiger Woods? No, you can care less about Tiger Woods, but he get hundreds of millions of dollars. But let your Annie win $50,000 in the lottery, then you feel some type of way. You feel sick. Forget about that. Let your own brother, let him get a promotion. Forget that. Let's say you're a cashier and the next cashier standing right next to you. She get a $20 raise and she's the supervisor. You hot like a 6. You gotta take out sick for the rest of the week. Who told you to be jealous of that woman? And see, that's the problem with jealousy. Satan himself got to be talking to you. That is the problem with jealousy. Satan is telling you how to think, how to feel, how to act. Let's go deeper with this one. What I'm trying to tell you is the difference between jealousy and those other sins is that you in direct conversation with Satan. What did God ask Adam? Who told you you were naked? If you have never seen another naked person, all the animals naked, Eve naked, who told you to be ashamed and hide yourself that you were naked? It don't make no sense, bombers. When things don't make sense, then you have to say, who told you this? Let's think about this. Let's go deep with this one. When you look at Columbine, when you look at all these people going into schools with little children, they shooting up everybody. And you say it don't make sense. Why would you go into a school and shoot up a bunch of children? Who told you to go do that? Remember that time? In fact, let's go deeper. Let's bring this back to the Bahamas. Remember that time that guy chopped up everyone in this house? He killed his parents. He killed his brother. He killed everybody. And now when they caught him, you know what he told the people? He told the psychiatrist, the devil tell me do it. And people was laughing. Listen to me. He tell you what, the mind tell you what happened. The devil tell me do it. in New York. They had this guy going out there killing women. They ask him, they say, why did you murder all these women? He said, because I am the son of Sam. And Sam is a demon who is telling me to go kill women. He tell him to do it. So when God came to Adam and said, Adam, who told you you were naked? He didn't say, the first question wasn't, did you eat of the tree and open up your eyes? No. Because your eyes could be open or no. But someone told you to be ashamed. Someone told you to be ashamed of being naked. Someone told you to hide yourself. Someone told you to call Eve, whom you loved, the woman. Someone told you to blame God. See, someone tell you all of that. So back to jealousy. For you to be jealous of somebody. If Tiger Woods making billions of dollars, and I ain't jealous of him, but the person standing next to me make one extra $100 and I hot like a 6, somebody told me to feel that way. Come on, I'm going to work today, Bahamas. And that's the problem with jealousy. You have to be told to be jealous. Now let's go to work. The biggest issue with jealousy is this. When you think of King Saul, he wanted to kill David over jealousy. This the person that saved him from Goliath. It don't make no sense. If the person saved you, why would you want to kill them? Because the demon of jealousy told you to kill. Cain and Abel, the very first murder. Who told Cain to kill Abel? Cain don't know nothing about murdering nobody. He don't know nothing about killing nobody. This is the first murder. Somebody had to tell him. Be jealous of your Abel. Be jealous of your brother. I'm not my brother's keeper. Now kill him. See, that's the demon of jealousy. Let's go to the Pharisees. Who told the Pharisees to kill Jesus? You got a man who is God. He's healing people. He's saving the sick, healing the blind. He's feeding the 5,000. Come on, moms, I'm going to work today. God was feeding the 5,000. And then you say to yourself, you know what? I got to kill him. Again, the demon of jealousy. And that's why this is the worst one. This is one of the worst ones because the devil got to be talking for you to be jealous of somebody. So if you jealous of somebody, the devil is talking to you directly because you're doing some stuff that don't make no sense. And that's when you know the devil talking to you. All right. Now listen to this story. Now that we understand why jealousy is so bad, because the devil is talking directly to you. Listen to this story, and now we can really go deeper with this one. I got a good story for y'all. This one can make y'all laugh. Now, this is 1 Samuel chapter 18, and this is about jealousy. And it came to pass, we're starting up verse 6, because I ain't got much time. I just want to learn talking in the beginning. Talking Bible is that next. That's why I'm a throat. That's why I can't talk, because I was talking Bible is that next. All right. So now this is verse 6. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistines, that the women came out of all the cities of Israel singing and dancing to meet King Saul. And they had all kind of instruments and music. And the women sang to one another and they played. And this is what they said. Saul had slain his thousands, and David has slain his tens of thousands. So they were basically saying that Saul killed one person and David killed 10 times more Philistines than Saul. That's how serious this one is. And Saul was very angry, and they displeased him by this saying. And he said to himself, they have ascribed to David tens of thousands, and to me only thousands. What more can David get but my kingdom? So here it is, Saul is jealous of David. And I can bring this full circle for y'all in a minute, so y'all can see how this demon is carry on. And Saul eyed David from that day forward. And it came to pass on the morrow that an evil spirit from God came upon Saul. And he prophesied in the midst of the house. And David played his harp as at other times. And there was a javelin in King Saul's hand. And Saul cast the javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided the javelin twice. And Saul was afraid of David, because the Lord was with him and had departed from Saul. So let's go to work, Bahamas. So now listen to this. And this is how the story going. David used to play the harp for King Saul. Let me tell you what. Because King Saul had a demon that was tormenting him. Basically, King Saul had a demon that was talking to him, putting stuff in his head so he couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, he couldn't drink. So he was being tormented by a demon that was talking to him. The same thing the demon of jealousy does. So it was this demon of jealousy that was talking to King Saul. And so they told King Saul, in order for this demon to give you peace, to stop tormenting you, you need to find a harp player, someone who's going to sing the praises of God. So David used to go and play the harp and sing all the psalms. You know all those 151 psalms we got? He used to play his harp and sing the psalms, and the demon used to leave. Now watch this, Bahamas, because you see this is where this one go deep. You got to follow me. Now watch this. So the demon of jealousy got angry. So guess what? The demon of jealousy say, we can have a sing off. If y'all want to sing, we can have a sing off. She was hot. No, let me not call her she. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have called the demon of jealousy a she. That was a mistake. She is she. It's a he. Anyway, it's a it. But I know so, hey, listen, I know I lose a few women. Oh man, I lose a few women viewers with that one. Hey, listen to me. I ain't saying only women is get jealous, but that's not a male trait. No man should be getting jealous. Now I ain't apologizing for that, but I do apologize for calling the demon of jealousy a she. But let's get back to the story. Forget I said that one. But watch this now. So the demon of jealousy was hot. He was hot. He was hot like a sex. He say, fine, we gonna have a sing off. So who told those women to sing and say, Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his tens of thousands? Because see, the demon of jealousy was mad. Every single time the demon of jealousy tormenting Saul, who was pop up with David singing his harp? So the demon of jealousy got these bunch of people. See, the demon of jealousy got to talk to you, and you got to be listening. See, that's the problem with the demon of jealousy. You got to be listening to this demon. So all of a sudden now, the people are singing, and what are they saying? Saul is less than David, and Saul's supposed to be the king. And then what did the demon of jealousy do? Tell Saul, listen, you got to kill David. So the next time David came there with his harp, and the demon of jealousy couldn't stand hearing him, Saul took a javelin and tried to kill David. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why the demon of jealousy, and that's why the 10 Commandment is one of the worst ones, because it don't make no sense. David is trying to help you, and you trying to kill him with a spear? Why? Because the demon of jealousy spoke to the people and told them, hey, I got a song for y'all, and I can need y'all to sing this with all your heart. Then the demon of jealousy went to Saul and said, listen, I can need you to kill this man for me. And all throughout David's life, ever since then, Saul was trying to kill him. Let's go a little deeper in this one. And listen to what it says, because I got to clarify something. It says the evil spirit from God came upon Saul. So what does that mean? You see, that confused a lot of people. God don't send no evil spirit. Let's get that straight. But watch this now. If a hair fall from your head, God know about it. If a sparrow dies in the wood, God knows about it. Ain't nothing can happen in this world without God knowing about it. So what does that mean? What it means is, and look at verse 12. Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with David and had departed from Saul. So what it means is that Saul was doing evil in God's eyes. So Saul removed the hedge from his life. Remember now, a demon couldn't even tell the people that Samson's weakness was to simply cut his hair. Samson had to do that. That's how serious it was. All the demons knew about Samson and his hair, but they couldn't open up their mouth. Why? Because if a hair fall from the head of a lion living in the wilderness, God know about it. So if a demon had opened up their mouth and told the people that to kill Samson, you just need to cut his hair, that demon was dead. That's how much control God has over the world. So when it says an evil spirit from God came upon Saul, it's not that God sent the evil spirit. Don't be confused. God ain't the devil. What it means is that an evil spirit came upon Saul because God had to allow it to happen. And why did God allow it to happen? Because Saul removed the hedge. Remember now, you have free will. And if you want to be in concert with demons, and if you want to listen to the demon of jealousy, then that is your free will. God will not prevent you from having free will. So that's why when it said, and Saul was afraid of David. Why was he afraid of David? Why did Saul have the demon of fear? because the Lord was with David and had departed from Saul. So Saul removed God from his life, opened his life up to evil, and here you have it with a demon of jealousy that's telling them what to listen to and what to do. That one called over. So that's the story. But now you understand how the demon of jealousy is work. The demon of jealousy is having you doing some things that don't make no sense. On top of that, the very last thing the demon of jealousy is going to do is try to get you to kill someone. That's why you can't stop talking bad about your co-workers, because you're jealous and you're killing their integrity. You're killing their personality. You're going out there and you're killing their character. You may not be able to shoot them, but see, this is the 21st century. We don't shoot no more. We just kill people by assassinating their character. So you're the number one assassin at your job. You're talking about with everybody. You're talking about what you want family. Why? Because you're listening to the demon of jealousy. And the very last thing the demon of jealousy tells you to do is kill the person. That's the only way you can feel better about yourself. That won't call over. All right. Now I ain't got much time. Plus a little sick, so I gotta go. So listen to this now. What we can do is understand why. Why people is get jealous. We know it's a demon of jealousy that's talking to you. But why is it that people get jealous? What is the number one thing the demon of jealousy does? And to understand this, we're going in the Bible and we can talk about the most jealous person in the world. There's only one person that could be, and that's the devil. So let's go look at the devil. We can look at some examples of why the devil is so jealous. And that's how we can wrap this one up. And then I go take a throat lozenge. Don't mind me. Remember, my throat only hurt because I talking Bibles and next. They shouldn't have bumped me last week. I was mad about that, Bahamas. I said, how you could bump me? We have a contract. Anyway, don't mind that. Let me get by being petty. I'm very petty. But remember, this show is not the express written consent or whatever it is of Zen-Nest. These are not their views. These are not their opinions. So they don't care about my opinion. In their opinion, I should have been bumped. So don't worry about it. But they can't get rid of me that easy, Bahamas. All right. So we're in Matthew chapter 4. And we're discussing why people get jealous. And to do that, we look at the most jealous person in the world, who but Satan himself. Now listen to this story. Well, let's say really a story, but listen to this passage. And so we're in Matthew chapter 4. And when the devil came to Jesus, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made into bread. And then he came to him again in verse 6 and said, if you are the Son of God, cast thyself down. So what is it, or what causes people to be jealous? Comparison. Don't ever compare yourself to anything. So here you have the devil trying to get Jesus to compare himself to image. The image of what the Son of God should be. The worst thing you could ever do, don't compare your children to nothing. Don't compare yourself to nothing. Don't compare your circumstance. Here's the problem. The problem is this. What the devil is going to do in order to talk to you, because remember now, the demon of jealousy has to talk to you, and you have to listen. He is going to create a world that's full of comparison, that's full of images. Hence, when you go to Facebook, what do you see on Facebook? Let me talk to young people. Images. This is what success looks like, and it's all a lie. So there's a bunch of people on Facebook smiling, looking happy, and they're catching hell. Or you go on Instagram, and you see a bunch of people, and they have a bunch of money, and they're having a good time. Why? Because the devil wants you to feel poor. If you go on Instagram for at least an hour, when you're done, you can feel poor. I guarantee it. Why? Because it's a bunch of images where people lying about what they got. Let's go to work. So let's go. Let's understand the full reason why the devil was comparing Jesus to the Son of God. It's for one reason. The problem with the devil is this. He was a star. I said he was a star in heaven. He was one of the strongest angels, one of the strongest archangels. But the devil, along with 1/3 of the stars of heaven, was swept down to earth. Now here is the problem. The problem is, when the sun is out, you can't see stars. Let me repeat that. I can't have a fuck in my throat. When the sun out, it's impossible to see a star. pun intended. When Jesus come out, the Son of God, you can't see stars. The devil was a superstar in heaven. But the minute the sun come out, you look up at the sun. The minute the sun come out, you can't see the rest of the stars. And the devil couldn't take that. The minute Jesus come out, nobody was talking about Satan anymore, so he was jealous. And that's the problem. You can't see a star once the sun out. Once Jesus came out. So the devil had an image of himself. And he was comparing himself to the Son of God. And he was comparing himself. And the problem was, whenever the sun came out, nobody any longer looked at the devil. Remember now, he called himself an angel of light. And how you could be an angel of light when every time the sun come out, you disappear into the darkness. See, I'm going to work today. So the devil was jealous from then. And that was the problem. And that's why we have a world where they create an image of what success should look like. Let's go to work. Think about it. He said, if you are the Son of God, turn these stones into bread. If you are a good father, why you can't feed your family and give them a house to live in? All of a sudden now you feel like you ain't a father no more. I'm going to work today. And that's how jealousy starts. So you start to look at other people and wonder why they can have it and I can't have it. And that's the problem with the world. That's why they created Instagrams and Facebook and all that other stuff. So you can compare yourself to image. Let's go a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper and listen. Listen to this. Isaiah chapter 14. Don't mind all the coughing. The 5 I wills of Satan. And listen to what Satan said. And Satan said in his heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will set myself upon the congregation. I will ascend above the clouds. I will be like the Most High. See that? In the very last statement, he said the truth. Why was he doing all these things? Because he was comparing himself to God. He wanted to be God. It's impossible for you to compare yourself to someone else. Let me help you to understand this. Let me wrap it up right up. Listen to this now, mamas. If you want to send your children to private school, that's fine. But you can't want to send your children to private school just because somebody else doing it. See, the problem is you doing the right things for the wrong reason. We're supposed to want to be like God. So for Satan to want to be like God, there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem was he was doing it for the wrong reason. So when you do things out of jealousy and you do it for the wrong reason, like sending your kids to private school for the wrong reason. You buy a new car because your neighbor or your friend or your sister get a new car. So you're doing it for the wrong reason. When you do things for the wrong reason, like the devil, what you have to remember is this. Even the devil was an angel. So you could be a good person. And all of a sudden, people talking about you. You change. And you don't even know how you change. Because in your heart, you always been a good person. Because see, the devil started off as an archangel. Yet, he turned into the devil. Even the devil was an angel. And that's what jealousy does. Jealousy will turn you into a devil. There's only one way to fix that. Because we got to wrap it up right here. The only way to fix that is if you're jealous of someone is to bless them. To pray that they do better. That's the only way to get the demon of torment away from you. The problem with Saul was this. He was jealous of David. But the only way for him to get the demon of jealousy out of his life is for him to pray for David. Pray that David do better. Pray that David will be blessed. If you can pray for the person that you're jealous of, pray that they will continue to do well. Don't pray for your own success. Pray for their success and their continued well-being. That is the only way to get rid of the demon of jealousy, and I got to go. So God bless you and bless us. God protect us. Help us to understand that jealousy is something we are told to do. Told by Satan himself right before he tells us to go kill somebody. And the only way to remove that from our life is to pray and bless the person that we're jealous of. In Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.